The arena is buzzing, the ice glistening under the bright lights, and then you hear whispers ripple through the crowd. Kent Nilsson. The Magic Man of hockey, one of the most dazzling offensive talents the NHL has ever seen, is a name that makes fans hold their breath. But tonight, the story isn't about a goal or an assist, it's about the tragic fate that followed this legend after the cheers faded. Imagine sitting in the stands, watching Nilsson weave through defenders like a magician, the puck glued to his stick, opponents spinning helplessly around him. He could make the impossible look routine, and the crowd would erupt every time he touched the puck. But the reality of his life after hockey is a story far darker than anything we saw on the ice. Please like, share, and subscribe for more NHL content. Nilsson's career was mesmerizing. From his rookie season with the Atlanta Flames to his time with the Calgary Flames, Minnesota North Stars, and beyond, he was the definition of pure skill. Fans couldn't take their eyes off him. He scored highlight reel goals with an artistry that made even seasoned NHL veterans shake their heads in disbelief. But greatness often comes at a cost. After leaving the NHL, Nilsson's life took unexpected turns. Financial struggles, personal hardships, and the pressures of life outside the spotlight began to weigh heavily on a man who once glided effortlessly across the ice. Off the rink, Nilsson's story is heartbreakingly human. The same hands that orchestrated perfect plays found themselves facing battles that no amount of skill could solve. It's a reminder that even legends are vulnerable when the crowd goes silent. The Magic Man was more than stats and numbers. He was a storyteller on ice, painting pictures with each pass and shot, thrilling arenas from coast to coast. And yet, behind the genius, there was a man quietly fighting circumstances beyond his control. Fans remember the electrifying nights when Nilsson would dismantle defenses effortlessly. Every time he scored, the arena shook with energy, and yet, in the years that followed, that same energy seemed to abandon him, leaving an emptiness that was difficult to witness. The tragedy lies not in his talent, which remains unquestioned, but in how the world sometimes forgets its heroes once the applause fades. Nilsson's brilliance on the ice couldn't shield him from the challenges that life threw at him afterward. Stories from teammates paint a picture of a man who remained humble, kind, and loyal despite the struggles he endured. He gave as much off the ice as he did on it, mentoring younger players and sharing insights that only someone of his caliber could provide. But there were dark chapters. Health issues, financial difficulties, and personal setbacks began to stack up, one after another. Each blow chipped away at the sense of invincibility that fans had taken for granted during his career. Watching footage of Nilsson's prime, it's hard to believe that the man who could make a power play look effortless now faced battles he couldn't skate past. His creativity, speed, and vision on ice were unmatched, yet life proved a far more formidable opponent. Even in retirement, Nilsson's name carried weight. Fans remembered his incredible vision, his sneaky backhand goals, his ability to make everyone around him better. And yet, his post-hockey story reminded the hockey world that legends are still human. It's haunting to consider how someone who gave so much joy to fans could face such hardship in silence. There's a stark contrast between the man we cheered for in arenas and the reality of his later years. Nilsson's influence on the game, however, is undeniable. He inspired a generation of European players to come to the NHL, proving that skill and creativity could dominate in a league often obsessed with size and toughness. His legacy is etched in the very style of modern hockey. But the irony of Nilsson's fate is bitter. The very brilliance that made him unforgettable on the ice couldn't protect him from the difficulties that followed. The world cheered for the Magic Man, but the spotlight dimmed too soon for him in life. Family and close friends reveal that Nilsson carried the same quiet determination in life that defined his career. He faced setbacks with resilience, though the struggle was often private, hidden from the fans who only knew him as a hockey magician. It's heartbreaking to watch his story unfold, knowing that the magic that thrilled millions couldn't prevent the harsh realities of life from impacting him so deeply. His journey reminds us that talent doesn't immunize anyone from tragedy. Yet, even in hardship, Nilsson's spirit persisted. He maintained his love for the game, coaching youth, sharing stories, and staying connected to hockey communities that revered him. That love for the game never waned. Fans who follow European hockey still speak of him with awe. Nilsson's finesse, intelligence, and creativity on the ice created a blueprint for the generations that followed. His influence stretches far beyond his NHL stats. And yet, the tragedy lingers. For every highlight, there's a shadow of the struggles he endured afterward. Fans often wonder, what could have been if the world had supported him as fiercely as he entertained it? His story is a cautionary tale about fame, talent, and the fleeting nature of adoration. Even the greatest performers can face profound challenges when the cheers stop and the arena lights go dark. Looking back at Nilsson's career, it's impossible not to marvel at his genius. But the tragic fate that followed adds a layer of poignancy that makes every highlight, every dazzling play, carry an emotional weight far beyond the ice. In the end, Kent Nilsson remains an icon. His creativity, skill, and impact on hockey are eternal, but the challenges he faced off the ice are a stark reminder that even legends have vulnerabilities. And as fans, we are left to honor both sides of his story, the brilliance that made arenas roar and the tragedy that reminds us of the fragility of life beyond the game. Kent Nilsson's legacy is complicated, beautiful, and heartbreaking. The Magic Man may no longer be with us, but his story, his genius, and the lessons from his struggles will echo in the hearts of hockey fans for generations. Even as we mourn his tragic fate, we celebrate the life he gave to the sport. Every goal, every assist, every mesmerizing play reminds us why Kent Nilsson will never be forgotten. He wasn't just a player, he was a magician, a legend, and a man whose story continues to resonate long after the final whistle.